food is wagwan. I'm glad you stopped by. I'm glad you're here. The reason why I'm glad is because I have a brand new recipe for you. Today I'm going to teach you how to make the Jamaican sugar bun. I'm going to explain every single ingredients that we have here. Don't worry about the list of it. You can check down in the description box. I'll leave the exact measurement. But we're going to go over the ingredients so you know how to make it yourself. So we have a nice mixing bowl. We have 3 cups of all-purpose flour. So the first thing we'll do, we'll add some yeast. And this is instant yeast. We're adding some baking powder. We're adding in a pinch of salt. We'll have some sugar. And this is brown sugar, of course. The next thing we'll do, we'll combine everything. So you just want to make sure so you combine all of the ingredients together, sieve out everything. We'll have some melted butter, of course. So we're using a portion of the melted butter. We're going to save some of it later. You're going to see what we do with this. So we add the melted butter. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to add some warm milk. And the reason why the milk warm is so that the warmness of the milk can activate the yeast. So we're using warm milk. If you don't have no milk, you can swap this out with water. Now add the milk, form the dough. Oh, you know, so one more ingredient to do. I almost forget. I'm going to add it right now. And I say you go sometime when you cook, sometimes you cook and you forget one ingredient. We're going to add this. This ingredients is going to make the thing taste a lot better. So we're adding some dark molasses. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, because at the end of the day, this is the fun part of it. So you want to go ahead and add the molasses. Need minutes, you mix it out for 2 minutes and it should be good. Alright, so the dough is formed. We're going to leave this until it rises. So we're going to leave this for about 30 minutes until it increases in size. You can place this at a warm area, let it rise in size. Then we're going to roll it out. And then we're moving on to the next stage of the recipe. Alright, before we start roll out the dough, get a nice bowl, add some brown sugar, a little bit of cinnamon powder, grate some nutmeg, the nutmeg smells so good. Alright, we'll combine all of this together. Alright, we'll set this aside. Now we're going to roll out the dough. To work the dough, just add some flour to the surface. And this will ensure that it doesn't stick. So we add the flour to the dough, then we just add some more on the dough again. Alright, time to roll it out now. You don't want to roll this too flat, you just want to roll it flat enough so that when we start rolling it out, we can get a lot of wheels as possible. Alright, so now that we have this roll out, we're going to remove some of the flour. So you want to use a brush just to brush away some of the flour. Alright, so we remove some of the flour. The next thing we want to know, we want to add the butter. So the butter will add more flavor to this thing. So it's just like painting a house. Use enough butter, cover everything. You'll leave out a small piece right here at the end though. I'll show you what's going to happen now. So we add the butter. So remember the mixture of cinnamon and nutmeg and brown sugar. So we're going to use this now to spread all over the dough. You want to spread as much so it's nice and generous. All of the edges. Alright, so we have it spread all over the dough. Right at the edge now, here we go flatten here so. We're gonna add some water to the edge. So what the water does now, the water makes it stick. So we're adding some water at the edge. So now it's time to roll this now. So we're starting at the edge. Rolling everything together. It's just like making a cinnamon roll, really. Alright. So we have the dough roll out. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and cut these pieces. So we'll cut that piece, we're gonna discard that. Right. You wanna make sure everything is on the same size. Alright, so we have a grease paper. We're just gonna line a baking sheet with a grease paper. We're just gonna pop them onto it. Alright, so we have them cut out already, and we have them on the tray already. So we go let these raise for about half an hour until they increase in size. Then we're gonna wash them and then place them in the oven. So we're gonna let this sit for about another 30 minutes until they increase in size. Alright, so we allow the sugar bun to raise for about 30 minutes. So visibly you can see that they look larger. So we just have some water. We'll add some water. Brush the sugar bun with some water. And the reason why we're adding the water so that when we're adding the sugar to it, it's going to stick. If you don't want to use water, you can use some egg wash, of course. Just want to take your time. Alright, so we're going to sprinkle some of the sugar and cinnamon with the nutmeg onto it. Alright, we're gonna pop these in the oven and we're gonna bake them for about 30 minutes. Alright, so we're gonna make the syrup to coat the sugar bun. So we're using 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon water, and a tablespoon of vanilla. We're gonna let this boil until it forms a syrup. Alright, so we bake these for about 20 minutes. We had them in the oven for 20 minutes. To check to make sure that they're done, you just want to lift one up and see that the bottom is already golden brown, so you know it's ready. We're going to go ahead and brush the syrup onto it.